Welcome back to Let's Do Life Together, a podcast by Kay and Tay. I'm Taylor. This is Kalu. And we're happy to have you guys here. Another episode. I love this for us.
Yes.
I love doing these. I'm getting very into this podcast, and it's so nice to constantly be hearing that you guys are getting into it just as much as we are. So if you missed the last episode, please remember to check that out. We talked about overconsumption on social media, which to me was a hot topic.
Yep.
And if you get into that episode, you will hear why and how I fell into it myself and how I'm working on coming out of it a little bit more. So it's definitely a work in progress, but a worthy listen for you. So don't forget to take a look at that episode whenever you have some time.
For sure. I love it.
Me too.
I also fell victim to that a little bit.
That's okay.
You guys can hear it in that episode.
Today's episode is going to be about the conversation that I feel like we have all had before, or at least heard somebody have. Should relationships be 50-50? Does it require equal effort? Is it equal tasks? Is it something deeper than that?
Yeah. I don't know. Do you want me to tell you my take on it?
You can start if you want. I'm always open to it. I like hearing your perspective.
I mean, so the way I see it is, and I can only speak for myself. I can't really speak for,
Of course.
every other relationship.
It's like your personal perspective, basically.
Yeah. Because the way I grew up is my dad always worked. He was always away working, training, and providing. And my mom was a housewife, and she was at home also providing. And when I think about it, it's like without okay, so my dad was out there working, doing his thing, but without my mom being here and being like that rock under him, everything else would just crumble and fall apart, and he wouldn't be who he is today. So in a lot of ways, she's a big reason on why he is who he is today, because without her, everything else would just be falling apart.
Right.
His life will be just in shambles. It would just be crazy. So
Not in shambles.
yeah, so he provided for us financially, but she provided for us in a lot of ways too, in like emotionally, support. Like she held everything together. She was like a glue that just held everything together. So when it comes to the financial side, because I always hear like, oh, should relationships be 50-50, and it's always about
I feel like that's
you pay
very
for
common.
this, I pay for that. You
Yes.
pay for this. And it's not always about the money,
Right.
There's so many ways that a person can provide. And I take my mom as the biggest example when it comes to those types of things. Because like I said, without her, there isn't, without this, there isn't this, because
Has to go
then
together.
everything would just fall apart.
Right.
So yeah, I feel like the way I see it is I don't want our relationship to be like 50-50 all the time. I don't see it being that way. I wasn't raised for it to be that way. When it comes to the financial side, sometimes I make more money, sometimes she makes more money. Sometimes, we make the same amount of money. And it's like, whoever we're a partnership, we're helping
course.
each other out, and we're doing life together, no pun intended. So I think we should just provide always 100%. She brings 100, I bring 100. If it's financial, if it's emotional support, if it's whatever type of providing there is, I think it should be 100 all the time, And to be more specific with the financial side, I grew up with, seeing my dad provide financially.
Right,
So
right.
to me, like it's almost like embedded into me. Like, okay, that's my job. Once I do have a family, and I'm building a family, and I have a home of my own, and I have a wife and kids, I feel like it's my job to provide. It's just how I was raised.
I love that.
Yeah.
That's very nice. And it's nice to hear. I also feel like your mom will be very flattered to hear this at some point, that you felt that she was the glue.
100%.
That's something I can also agree with, because I grew up in a completely opposite dynamic. And this is obviously no shade to my family, but this is a safe space. We're being transparent. I am a child of divorce. I know, tragic. But everything happens the way it's supposed to. So I grew up in a household with just my mother since I was about 3 years old. And I've only ever seen one example of consistent stability and financial support, emotional support, spiritual support. And it always came from my mom. So the way you had this example of a partnership instilled in you, I had an example of solo independence. And you can do everything on your own if you have to. And a woman will figure it out, a man will figure it out. And that was that, you know? So for me, I see it as, if you're in a position with your partner where they can provide a space for you to be the glue and to stay home and take care of the children and take care of the house, or you don't want children, that's fine too. And you just, that's the dynamic that works for you, then I think that's great. Everyone's going to have a different perspective. I'm personally prepared for everything to always be, I'm doing just as much work as he's doing. And to be honest with you, which I don't think we've ever talked about this that deeply, I definitely don't see myself as a housewife, but that's just because my mom was never a housewife.
I don't see it either.
I don't think it's in my personality. And I know a few people, I have some friends that just want the housewife life. Did that work? Did that come out right? The housewife life. I love
Housewife
that.
life.
They want the housewife life. And I think that's great for them. And I think it suits their personalities. But for me, it just doesn't work for me. So I like that concept of everything is 100, 100.
Yep.
And if I have a time, a day, a week, a month, a year when I can't be at 100, I need you to step up and fill in that gap.
And that's how I see it as well. Like I don't see you as a housewife, like, oh, just be home and do this, you know?
Of course.
But what I want is knowing, your personality and how you are. I want to be able to provide. And once you're like, if you're like, oh, you know what? I want to take a vacation and just not work for 3 months. You could do that.
Okay, now I'll take that housewife life.
That's that's what I want.
You want to know you can provide it.
Yeah, it
I
gives me,
appreciate
like,
that.
it's like a love language to me because I grew up seeing it. So it's like, I want to be able to just do that.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing. I'm always going to be ready to take a vacation. So if you're going to write that
I
check,
want to be able to take a vacation.
just let me know, because I'm always ready. But I do agree with you. And I feel like everyone's dynamic on that is going to be different.
For sure.
And I also feel like that is something that should be communicated. You don't need to be talking about this, on your first, second, third date. But when you're getting to the point where you're feeling like, hey, yeah, this person is kind of my vibe. Maybe this relationship is going to be something that is long term. Maybe I could see myself marrying this person. I definitely feel like that should be a conversation to be had. Yeah. You should bring it up and just ask that person, hey, what is your perspective on relationships being 50-50? And also, because I think this is something people will forget, you can ask somebody, what are your beliefs on a relationship being 50-50, or your beliefs on anything? And I think if you're comfortable to go a little further into the conversation and ask them, when in your life have you experienced a relationship at 50-50?
Yeah.
Have you ever experienced it? What was the relationship you saw growing up? How were your parents together? Were you also a child of divorce like myself? You never saw that example, because it kind of helps you to understand that person's perspective and to also gain some insight for yourself on how their belief could also maybe change your belief. Maybe you're really firm on the 50-50, but we're really firm on the 100-100. So you hear it and you're like, okay, wait a minute, that perspective is kind of helpful for me. I'm able to kind of take a step back and see how that could benefit me more than that concept of the aggressive 50-50.
Yeah.
I think that's an important conversation for everybody to have with their partner when they're comfortable and they feel like it's the right time to bring that up and talk about it.
Yeah. 100%.
I would say we talked about it, what, like maybe a year into our relationship?
I think so.
Like deeply, where we actually had like a couple of hours long conversation about it. But we talked about most of that toward the beginning of our relationship.
Yeah.
But, you
But
know,
like, luckily, our dynamic always like, you know,
meshed.
meshed so well.
It did.
It makes
It
it easy.
does.
You know, it's
It does.
funny because like, you know, when they say like you will find a person that reminds you of your parents or
Oh,
like your mom or your dad, like literally,
for guys, they say guys usually find someone that reminds them of their mother.
yeah,
And a girl will find someone that reminds them of their dad.
yeah, and that's like our dynamic just works so well because like
To a T.
I grew up seeing like the way I. Oh, okay, yeah. So to backtrack a little bit, so the way I show love to you and to her, it's basically like how my dad shows love to my mom. Like every single day that I've known what love is, like ever since I knew how to speak, I freaking gained eyesight. That's how my dad showed love to my mom, you know, my whole life up until right now, you know. So it's like, you know, I just, that's how I show love, you know, and that's
Of
how
course.
what I learned love to be, you know, and how my mom is, the way that she is, the way that she's so caring, nurturing, like she does everything. Um,
She
and she
does.
really holds it down, you know. If you don't like, if you look at it from the outside, it's like, you know, you don't see it, but like she holds it down,
She
you know what
really
I'm saying?
does.
So that's why I'm always firm on like, if it wasn't for her, my dad wouldn't be who he is today, you
Absolutely.
know. And when I look at you, it's like I literally just I saw her and I was like, wow, the way that she loves, the way like how nurturing she is just like, you know, like I've been in relationships before in the past, and it's like you don't really know why it's not working, but it's just like not working, you know. And then like, oh, I'll be in this relationship, but it's like it's not really working. And then once I met her and we were friends for so long, and then we started to like kind of get into a relationship, like okay, this could be into something, turn into something. It was like, holy shit, like I've been looking for that. Like that's what was missing, because that's what, you know, I've seen my whole life, and it's like subconsciously it's there, but like it wasn't there. Like, okay, this is what I want. It was just in the back of my head in there somewhere, like this is what you need, you know. And then once you came around, it was like it just went to the front of my head, and it's like, holy shit, it's right here. That's what you've been looking for, you know. So yeah, it made things very easy.
I feel like that's a good example too of relationships should not be hard. And I mean
Yeah.
hard at the level where you're constantly questioning things. I don't think that that's what a healthy relationship is. I don't think that's what a blossoming relationship is.
Mm-hmm.
Not that they need to be easy, because relationships are never going to be just easy peasy lemon squeezy.
Yeah.
But I don't think that they should be something where you're constantly trying to ask yourself, you know, is this what I want? Is this what I've always wanted? Is this what I'm looking for?
Yeah.
Things like that, you know? So it's, you can even circle that back to that concept of that 50-50, that 100-100, where you
Mm-hmm.
find the balance. And part of finding that balance is finding a partner who is going to be on the other side of that equilibrium, balancing you out. You know what
100%.
I mean? So, and for me, you're similar to my dad in like the most random ways, but that it's like, oh yeah, okay, he's a good guy. First of all, my dad's obsessed with Khalil, so
I
we
love
can
your dad.
start right off the bat. He literally already calls him his son, and we're not even married, okay? And he'll call me to ask how Khalil's doing. Oh, hey, how's my son? And I'm like, you don't want to know how your daughter is? I'm like, okay, fine, Dad. Khalil's fine. He's doing great. Thank you for
That's
asking about
fine.
me. But yeah, you are also very nurturing. I feel like you are a lot more like your mom than you are like your dad,
I agree.
because you're very warm and fuzzy. Like you're very caring, and you're very kind, and you're very loving. You express love like 24/7. It feels like you're never in off mode when it comes to that, which I appreciate, because that was part of my childhood that I missed, was like an example of a man loving a woman. So my dad is great, guys. This is no shade to my dad. My dad is amazing. But my parents were two people who are definitely not meant to be together. So it's nice to see that you were provided an example that you have turned into your own standard. And you knew you were never going to stoop below that standard. And I feel very grateful that I get to be the person who gets to be on the receiving end of what you have to give.
Always.
So.
And forever.
And shout out to your parents for real. Because they put in the work. Look at this. I'm amazed. And shout out to your mom for being the glue. Yeah, I hope that I can one day be the same type of gorilla glue that she is. Holding the family together like that. That's really amazing. That is also part of my dream. So, I like that.
Woman right there. A strong woman.
Period. Honestly, for real. But I like that. It's nice to be able to hear, I think, different perspectives on why we believe a relationship should be more than 50-50. It should really be 100-100 in my point of view. And I grew up not seeing a relationship. So, and the fact that you did and you still believe that, and I do too, I think is really nice.
100%.
That's why we work so well together.
Go team.
Go Power Rangers. I can't help myself. Every time we do that, and I've never seen the Power Rangers. So off topic, I'm sorry guys, and don't be talking about me in the comments because I know some of you guys get a little aggressive. Okay? Scooby-Doo, Power Rangers, SpongeBob, never seen it, but it's okay.
Yeah, she doesn't watch TV like I do.
No.
She had no childhood.
I didn't really watch TV as a kid.
I watched a lot of TV when I was a kid. I did so many things.
Did you really?
Yeah.
Did you also watch Scooby-Doo?
Bro, I watched Scooby-Doo. Like, I was on Disney Channel, like, crazy. Disney XD was my, bro.
Okay, I like Disney Channel.
Zeke and Luther. You know what that is? Zoe 101.
Yeah, Zoe 101 with the pair phone. Obviously. Cleo.
Bro, there's so many different shows. Wizards of Waverly Place.
Yes.
Kick Butowski.
What's that?
Johnny Test.
Do you remember that?
Zack and Cody.
What's that? A hat. Crazy monkey junkie hat.
I don't know.
Something. Here's Hailey. Trying to look like Keira Knightley. We've been there. We done that. We see right through your funky hat.
What is that?
From Wizards of Waverly Place.
No, because I saw it in Portuguese.
No!
Yeah, it was when I was little.
Okay, guys. New mission unlocked. I'm going to learn how to sing the What's That? A Hat in Portuguese.
Yeah, which is crazy. Like, all of those shows, I watched it all in Portuguese. I've never seen them in English.
What?
It's crazy. Because I don't watch them now. Except for H2O, because we saw that like the other day.
I'm always watching H2O. Let's not even.
But even that, I watched it all in Portuguese. So it's like, now it's like watching a whole different whatever, you know?
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I love that.
So I want to be able to watch like those old episodes back and be like, you know.
And hear it in
English. You know, a show that I saw from like all of the seasons that they had on Netflix was iCarly. I don't know if it's already on, if it's out already. But bro, I watched the one episode and I was like, yo, this is lit. And I saw every single episode after that. It was so funny.
God, that's so funny. Yeah. I used to watch iCarly too. Yeah. What it is I didn't watch cartoons.
Yeah.
Or like SpongeBob, Scooby-Doo, anything that looked like that. I didn't watch any of that. Yeah. That is so funny.
Because when I'm in my room, cleaning my room or like doing whatever, like I have to like, they have some kind of noise in the background.
Yeah, me too.
Especially when because I have so many clothes, it's crazy.
Me too.
So when I'm folding clothes or doing things like that, I have to have something playing. So, and iCarly is freaking perfect for that.
Me too. Yeah, it is actually.
So much going on.
That's a good one. Yeah. I can see you watching it now that I'm thinking about it too.
Yeah.
I did. I used to watch that one a lot too. That's so funny.
There's so many. Pair of Kings. That was cool.
I never heard of that one.
Yeah. So many.
Oh my God. Okay, we might have to do a podcast episode.
Nostalgia.
Hey, right, but you know what though? That's how we get to know each other. Yeah. They're getting to know us. We're gonna get to know them. Let us know in the comments below what was the show that you watched that you were addicted to or still are addicted to, and what are you watching when you're cleaning your room, cleaning the house?
Kenan and Kel is my favorite show of all time.
He loved that one. Is that the one where they did the lemonade thing?
Yeah.
And the burger thing?
It's because of that show that I like Fanta. Fanta was my favorite soda for such a long time.
Oh my God, you did used to drink Fanta a lot when we first met.
Yeah, all the time.
You don't drink it a lot now though.
Yeah, I don't drink soda now.
Yeah.
Like as much.
Me either.
Just Guaraná. It's a Brazilian drink.
Well, everybody's drinking Guaraná. And if you're not drinking Guaraná, that's because you haven't tasted Guaraná. Exactly. It tastes like ginger ale. For anybody who has not had it, it tastes exactly like ginger ale, but like a little more like Sprite. So it's very good. It's not an aggressive taste.
Yep.
Oh man, we're gonna have us missing Brazil over here. We're gonna have to do an episode on that. That would be great too.
Yep.
So, an exciting moment.
Another segment.
Absolutely.
This is a new segment? We haven't done this.
We have not done
We
this.
haven't done this yet.
This is a new segment, and I hope it's as fun as I think it will be because I took the time to write it up so that we could have some fun on here and enjoy ourselves.
Exactly.
This is going to be called This or That. So we're going to do some rapid fire questions, just kind of basically go down a list and hear the personal perspectives on this or that.
Yep.
Do you want to go first?
Yep. Texting or calling?
Texting. Don't call me.
100% texting.
Don't call me. In the nicest way, if your house is not literally on fire, please don't call me. And if you're not like a best friend, you know who you are. You know who can call me. If you're thinking to yourself right now, I could call her.
Yeah.
We're good. But
We're good.
how about you, texting or
I'm in
calling?
the same boat.
Yeah?
Exactly
Okay.
what you said is what was on my mind.
Don't call me. Forgive and forget or hold a grudge?
No, forgive but never forget. I don't really like to hold grudges.
Okay.
Because it's not good for the soul. And I'm all about energy. So I don't like to keep bad energy inside of me. So I'll forgive, but I won't forget.
That's me too. I agree. Because I feel like once you've shown me your true colors, we can never backtrack. And I know all that I need to know about you. So I will forgive you for myself because I'm selfish that way and I don't want to hold on to it. But once you've shown me, it is what it is.
Yep.
But I will give people one too many chances. So I need to start working on that.
She does. All right. Spicy food or no spice at all?
Spice my food up.
Yeah.
I am willing to sit at the dinner table and break a little sweat.
Thank you.
Period.
I agree.
Okay. Money can buy happiness, true or false?
Money can buy happiness, true or false? I feel like money buys freedom and freedom gets you happiness, you know? It's like you're in a 9 to 5, you're stuck at your job and you don't want to work.
Yeah.
24-hour fitness sitting over there in the front desk, freaking creating memberships for annoying people that are pissing you off every day.
Hey, that was a lesson. You got
that.
to grow through that.
In Forever 21 on Black Friday, freaking folding a bunch of clothes that a bunch of people just throwing it around. Like, that's crazy. I was not happy at those places. But, you know, I started making a little bit of money and I was able to quit my 9 to 5 and, you know, I had more freedom to do the things that I like to do, filmmaking and, you know, everything else. So, you know, in turn, it made me happier. So, in a way, yeah, money does bring you happiness.
Okay, I will say I'm 50-50 because I think you can be filthy rich and still be depressed.
100%.
But I do agree that money can get you a lot of freedoms that lack of money cannot get you, like the ability to be an entrepreneur and do what you want to do and build your own dream rather than working a 9 to 5 to build somebody else's dream. So I'm right in the middle. I feel like it can buy you happiness, but it's not the whole enchilada, if you get what I'm saying.
100%.
It's deeper than that.
Yep.
Glad we agree.
100%.
On to the next.
Sleep with socks on or off?
I love this question because I love sleeping with socks on.
Yes. Thank you.
I love sleeping with socks on,
Yeah.
but it has to be very cold. And oddly enough, I have to be by myself because I don't like when we're sleeping and you get in the bed with your socks on. I want to scream.
And our feet touch.
Yeah, but like I'd rather our foot touch than me touch your foot and you're wearing a sock.
Ah, okay.
I don't know why. It's almost like a sensory overload for me.
Interesting.
Yeah, and also I worry about bacteria now because I watched a video once. So now I don't sleep with socks on anymore unless I'm like freezing. But I will literally get a clean pair just to get in the bed.
Yeah, I'll do that too.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my God, that's so funny.
Like I'll shower and then I'll put socks on and then now I'm ready to go to bed.
And I gotta make sure my feet go in my slippers so they don't touch the floor.
Exactly. And she doesn't like when we're both not wearing socks and then our feet touch. She doesn't like that.
No. If I'm asleep, we're good. But like we can't be, our feet aren't trying to canoodle, if you get what I'm saying.
She has a feet phobia.
Yeah, I just don't, not a
I
phobia.
literally love everything about you.
Okay, but here's the thing. Bottom line, we're getting distracted. You have very nice feet. Some men, I think, are lacking in the maintenance department of their feet, okay?
Thanks.
But you have very nice, you literally got your mom's feet. You got your mom's feet in your mom's hands.
In my mom's hands, yeah.
And everything looks very nice. So I don't mind when you're not wearing socks.
Thanks.
I just get spooked if our
You
feet
have
touch.
cute feet, though.
Thank you.
They're very adorable.
I also got my mom's feet.
Yeah. Cute little toes.
Thank you. Oh, no, I didn't think we were going to have an ET moment right here. Okay,
moment.
my favorite question.
What is it?
Does pineapple belong on pizza or not?
Pineapple does not belong with pizza. Not like, I won't say that as harshly, like, you know,
I was about to say.
3 weeks ago would have said definitely not. But I tried it in our last vlog. You could check it out. It's live right now on YouTube. And it wasn't that bad. So it's like a soft no, you know, because personally it's not for me, but I could see how it could be for you and how it could be for you.
It is for me.
So,
and for those out there who it is also for you, hey.
Hey.
I love being in this club, don't you? Okay. I feel like that was answer enough from my perspective.
Oh, this is interesting. Have 100,000 to spend on yourself, or have 1,000,000 you can only spend on others. This is interesting.
I would say, dang, that's kind of tough, actually.
Yeah.
I like how I wrote this, and I'm kind of conflicted. Do you already know?
No.
Okay.
100,000 to spend on me, or I would have 1,000,000 to spend on others, because a big part of my love language is gift giving. So, yeah, I'd rather have $1,000,000 to spend on
Other
others.
people?
Because, like, if you think about it, 100K is a lot of money, but, like, you know, it's not like
It is.
$1,000,000. Like, think about what you could do with $1,000,000 for other people
That is
versus
fair.
100K for yourself.
That is fair.
You could do a lot for yourself, of course, especially if you're in a financial situation where you need $100,000. I need $100,000, but it's like, you know, imagine what you could do with 1,000,000.
That is fair. That is
much.
fair. I think I would do the 100,000 on myself, because I think if I invested $100,000 into myself, I'd be able to do more than 1,000,000 for other people.
Dang, let me switch it. Let me run it back, and I would do the same thing. I would put my money, my 100K, where you put in your 100K, and then we'll have millions together.
Because I do. I feel like I could see myself being a philanthropist at some
like
point
that.
in my life. If I have that kind of money, I would love to help other people. I have so many ideas on things that I would do to give back to the community and other communities. There's things I'd like to do for people in Brazil, to be honest with you, now that I've been there. So if I could invest $100,000 into myself, there would be so much more that would come out of that, because I know that this brain right here is capable of so many things. I just need that financial freedom that we were just talking about. You know what I'm saying? So,
Fine.
thank you.
The way you talk is very attractive. The way your mind works.
Thank you.
It's beautiful.
Thank you.
Next.
Next. Fries, are they better with ketchup or ranch?
Oh, ketchup.
Ranch.
100%. No.
Ranch.
Not fries, babe.
Okay, Khalil, fries and ranch is very good.
I never had fries with ranch.
You've never had a fry in
Now
ranch?
that I think about it, so I can't even hate on you like that.
No, because you were also hating on the pineapple until you tasted that, and then you at least told me you understood why I liked it.
Well, I could kind of see it, but like, if I don't know, just
'Cause it's
doesn't
creamy.
mix in my head.
It's creamy.
Ketchup too.
No, ketchup isn't creamy. Ranch
Yeah,
is like
it's like
buttermilk
more
ranch.
watery.
Ooh, hoo, hoo,
Yeah, no,
hoo.
buttermilk ranch is fire.
Fire, literally fire. Have you ever dipped your French fry in a milkshake?
Yeah, I've done that.
Okay,
Not my thing, because then I don't like what the consistency turns into.
yeah, because the fry gets soft.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
that's
don't
fair.
like soggy stuff.
Do you like your fries kind of overcooked?
Yeah, I like it kind of crispy.
Girl, I want to pick up that fry and I want it to wheel.
Like
I just
In-N-Out
want it to
fries?
fall over.
I like it when they're like crispy, but like not crispy. It's like right in the middle. Freaking perfect.
Not me. My fry can literally wheel.
But McDonald's fries, I don't like them crispy. Yeah.
Nobody likes a McDonald's fry crispy.
Because I don't eat McDonald's here. Like, I probably have eaten it a handful of times in my 13 years of living in the U.S.
Yeah, I'm not really a McDonald's fan at all, to be honest with you. But McDonald's in Brazil is very good.
100%.
Okay.
All right.
Yo tone.
Spontaneous adventures or planned outings?
Ooh, I can already tell we're not gonna agree with this one.
Okay, let's say it on 3.
Okay. 1,
One,
2, 3.
3.
Planned outings.
Spontaneous adventures.
I knew we weren't gonna agree.
Man, yeah. But this is good because on the day where I don't feel adventurous, we could do whatever she planned.
Okay, but the thing is, I never want to be adventurous spontaneously.
But yeah.
But
you corrected it.
But to be fair, I don't want that to sound like I'm a horrible, mean person who will not get into spontaneity because of Khalil, because I will.
Yeah.
The thing is, I am such a heavy planner. I literally wake up in the morning every day at 7 a.m. I sit in my bed from 7 a.m. to 7:20 exactly and plan out my entire day to the minute.
You get up to go PF4.
Okay, don't tell the people that again. Stop outing me like that. It is just rude. Okay, that doesn't count.
It's a safe space.
This is a safe space. But that's not part of my scheduling. Okay, that just happens sometimes. But
Consistent.
I I literally get up at 7 and I sit for like about 15, 20 minutes and I plan my day out to the minute. So I already know what I'm doing for the whole day. So when you come in and you're trying to break down my schedule like you're freaking King Kong in New York City, I start panicking because like my fight or flight kicks in and I'm like, ah. But like, it's like I'm a control freak. This is a safe space. I'm a control freak. That's really what it is. I'm trying to be better, but I love a planned outing because I could get cute. I could do my hair.
Yeah.
I'm gonna pick an outfit. I'm gonna make sure I ate breakfast. You know what I'm saying?
But you're a good control freak though, because sometimes, like, not sometimes, a lot of the times, I be planning stuff, not planning stuff. Like, I'll do like spontaneous things, and like, I kind of irritate myself in the middle because I'm not ready for it. Because I want to do this thing right now. Let's go do it. You know, like I'm the type of person that we could be having a regular day, and it's like 2 p.m. and I'm like, you know what? We should go to like Six Flags or something. And like, oh yeah, that'd be fun. I'm like, let's go. You know, it's like you need to plan those things out. You know, um, so I like the planning and like the way you control things because I'm so like, oh, this, and then like you bring me down. But you know, in a healthy way. It's not like, no, we're not doing
Gently.
this. We're doing this and that in this way, and we're doing that, you know?
I can vouch for that. I
So-
always explain my logic.
Yeah.
That's why.
So you're like, you know, I'm here and then you kind of bring me down and I'm just like, okay, we meet.
That's literally our equilibrium. I'm balancing you out.
So then we take my spontaneous thing, like whatever I plan, well, didn't plan, and then take your planning skills, then we mix them, and then you're planning my thing in a better way. And then we end up doing it and having more fun because, oh, we were ready for this.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
A perfect example. We have a video that will be dropping soon, and I planned the whole day out to a T. Okay, what time we were leaving, what time we were going to get there, the traffic was going to be bad. I planned for everything. Yeah.
Oh yeah, so that's a perfect example.
And we got there, and I did not check to see what time this place was going to open. And we were there an hour before they opened. And this was in a city that's about an hour and 15 minutes away from us. Mm-hmm. So the control freak in me was like, oh my God, what are we going to do for an hour? Mm-hmm. So I was like, maybe I should look up a different place. We should just go somewhere else because we already made it here. I'm overwhelmed. And luckily, Khalil was with me. My mom was also with us. And she was like, look, let's just find somewhere where we can go be distracted for like, 45 minutes because we'll still have to make it back here to the place.
Yeah.
And we'll be fine. Luckily, it worked out well because we went to Marshall's and Home Goods. Okay. I had a great time. But the control freak in me was literally panicking. And Khalil was like, it's fine. We came here specifically for this place. We can wait an hour. The time is going to go by anyway. And it reminded me to just kind of take a deep breath and
I was you for a day.
Let it go. You were.
Yeah.
Wow. See, balance.
Exactly.
We literally just switched places.
I wouldn't know to be you
for a whole hour.
You.
And I wouldn't know that it's okay to not have to plan everything out by the minute if it weren't for you.
I take it from my dad because he's very spontaneous as well. Like, so I grew up around that type of thing. So if he's like, oh, we should go do this thing. Okay, let's go. Like, he'll get up at like 8 and then wait it out, and then it's 10, and then it's 12, and then it's 1:30 p.m. And then he's like, "Hey guys, we should all go eat." And I'm like, "Sure. Where do you want to go?" He's like, "Oh, let's go to the Grove, which is like in downtown LA." And we live not in downtown LA, so we gotta freaking drive all over there. And I'm like, "Bro, that's a plan. We can't just get up and go do that.
See?
So it's like I get how she feels. There was
Um,
one time I wanted to go get wings, and I saw this place on Instagram, and I was like, oh shoot, this place is so nice, but it's kind of far. And I planned it for the next day, and then my dad came with us as well. I don't know. Oh, it was me, I think Ryan.
Yep.
Yeah, me, Ryan. Were you there?
Yeah, I drove.
Oh yeah, you did drive.
Yep.
Me, Ryan, you, and my
And your
dad.
dad.
And then we went over there, and then the place was also closed.
Same situation.
And yeah, they opened at like 3 p.m. or something. We got there like 1:30, maybe 2. And then there was a freaking Harley Davidson next to the place, and then he went in and almost bought a bike. And then we came back, it was
So
still not
crazy.
time. There was an acupuncture place right next to it. He was like, "Hey, why don't we go get massages and acupuncture?" And I'm like, "What, bro? Like that's crazy." But then we went and we did it. And then we got wings.
I just want you to know I gained at least 3 gray hairs that day.
Yeah.
Because I'm not good at being spontaneous like
Yep.
that. But I feel like I've kind of rubbed off on you a little bit because the fact that you now think to yourself, like, oh, we planned this and like now you're changing the plan, or oh, we didn't plan this and suddenly you want to go do something. I'm kind of like, yes, because that's just how I just think you function better that way. But I feel like you, before we started dating, you were just such a go with the flow kind of guy that like,
Yeah.
if I said to you, no, we could have planned this, you're like, no, why? We're free right now. And I'm like, but babe, please, I'm not wearing a cute outfit, or my hair's not done, or like, like I love to plan
Yeah.
because I feel like I'm going to have a better time if I can prepare for what I'm doing.
I agree.
So
Most of the time I do feel like, why don't we just go right now? But yeah, I like the planning too.
I'm better at doing it when it's during the day.
Yeah.
I can't be a go, 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 let's have fun randomly after 8 p.m. Taylor's home and she's counting down the minutes till she gets in bed.
Yep.
Then you're going to lose me because I cannot be spontaneous after 8 o'clock.
Yeah. Like if Xavier hit me up right now, I was like, yo, wanna go? Maybe not right now. But like an hour ago, if he hit me up and said, let's go to an escape room, I would have done it.
And see, I would not have.
I love things like that.
I know you do.
Just,
But that's also why it's good for you to have friends that do that, because if you texted him, he would also go do that with you right now. Whereas I would be like, love you, have a great night. I will talk to you tomorrow at 7:20 a.m. when I wake up. Or 4 in the morning when I go pee, apparently. Since we're just outing me in this safe space. So,
exactly.
well, let's get to our questions.
Yep.
Since everybody loves our mystery box here.
Yep. Another segment. We're gonna answer 2 questions today. Because we felt like the this or that was already kind of like,
A lot.
question type of thing. So 1 each for the day. Those were my dogs. I don't know if you can hear it, but my bad.
I love this because you guys feel like you're part of the episode, and that matters to me.
Right.
How do you learn each other's love languages?
Communication.
For sure.
Yes.
I'm also going to be straight up and confess in this safe space that I went online and I literally took a quiz because I wasn't really sure about love languages like 2 years
You
ago.
took a quiz.
I did. I took a quiz.
Could you ask me?
No, but I took a quiz to understand my own. And that helped me to communicate with you what mine were, because I thought I knew what my top one was. And when I took the quiz and answered all these questions and it let me know, like, girl, you're a little cuckoo cuckoo, because that is not your number one love language. I felt a lot better, and it was like, oh, now I can tell Khalil, now I can do things, now I can communicate this because I took a quiz and it just helped me to understand myself even more.
Nice.
But communicate for sure, because we do talk about that quite often.
That's
make
all
sure we're
I could
fulfilling.
think of when it comes to that. Just communication.
I agree.
If you want to know something,
Ask.
ask.
Period.
100%. I forgot that I have to read the next one.
Your turn.
Let's see. Oh, this is a long one.
Oh,
If you had to choose one movie that best describes your relationship, what would it be? One movie that best describes our relationship.
What?
That's so interesting. I never thought about that question before. One movie that best describes your relationship. I feel like
I feel like we answered this one.
no, we didn't.
We did it?
No.
Okay.
Yeah, no, we didn't.
We did it?
I don't know. You know a movie that I was thinking off the top of my head? Freaking Wally.
What? Wow.
Because
How?
I'm like, I'm so all over you and I want to be all over you all the time. And like, you know, if we're just standing there, I want to hold your hand just like Wally does
Oh,
to
to
Eve.
Eva.
You know, Eva.
Eva.
And it's like, you know, I just want to be with you all the time.
That is very cute.
So I feel like I'm little Wally looking at you.
I like how we both went with like we both kind of went in the direction of like a kid's film. Because why was I literally thinking Princess and the Frog?
Oh, I like that one.
Because I feel like we kind of like, not that you came from like a different place in your life to where you were like a prince, but you know, we do kind of come from like different backgrounds. Parents are together, you know, kind of a thing. And like, you know, she's hardworking and wants to be independent, and he's also being independent, doing his own thing. But then they realize how they balance each other out in the end.
Yeah.
And we love a black representation. So that also,
I like
and we
it.
love that movie. We watch that movie all the
I
time.
love that movie. It's one
Me
of my
too.
favorite Disney movies ever.
Best Disney movie ever. You could argue with me in the comments because I will have time to
There's
respond.
no argument because I know you guys are going to agree too.
Period.
Yep.
Things do come true in New Orleans.
We do got to go to New Orleans.
We do need to go to New Orleans.
Yeah.
But yeah. What kind of movie do you guys think?
Yeah.
Is there anything you've seen that you feel kind of reminds you of us?
Yeah.
I've had a
that would be
few
interesting
people
to
who
see.
have actually sent us some songs that remind them of us, which I think is really cute. And I listen to them all the time now. Is it Pink and White by Frank Ocean? So many people have messaged us like, oh, you guys use that audio. And now like every time I hear it, I think of you,
Yeah.
which I think is super cute.
I love
So I love it. Yay. I love the questions. Don't forget to
too.
send us more questions, guys.
it. Yes.
We
we're
want to
gonna-
keep the jar full. I don't know if you can hear that.
Make
but
sure you follow us on Instagram. We're going to put the question marks on there.
Absolutely.
Yep.
And we appreciate you guys, as always, for being here, being a part of this podcast, being a part of our connection with you guys. It's a two-way street. We could be talking all day long. If no one's listening, what is the point?
100%.
So,
We're still going to be talking anyways. But
yeah, we will. We'll talk to each other.
it is what it is.
But I love talking to you guys. So we appreciate you. We express so much gratitude for you guys being here and supporting us and listening to us. And we will catch you on the next episode of Let's Do Life Together,
Yep.
a podcast by K and Tay.
Okay.
See ya.
Okay.
Bye.